and welcome back to the Walk Cook Walk outdoor cooking channel. Today I'm going to be cooking a minestrone soup. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm following Jamie Oliver's recipe, but a couple of things I'm changing for what I've got in, and you know, I'm adding a little bit of spice to it. Instead of using bacon, I'm using chorizo, but it's going to be fantastic. Now, everywhere is absolutely sodden, just caked in mud. I know I keep saying it, but I'll show you a little clip of down the bottom there. Here, I'll put it in now. Well, it looks like a lake, but it's not. And it's not even a rice field. It's a flipping farmer's field. And as you can see, that's absolutely just, it's rained so much. Anyone in the UK knows exactly what I'm on about. It's rained so much that it just can't go anywhere. It's slowly just flooding flatlands and things like that. Now in Nottingham, we haven't got it as bad as some people in the country. Other people have like literally took their belongings upstairs so that they don't get damaged by flood water, which, you know, my heart goes out to them. I've never had to deal with that. I can't imagine how shite that is. But yeah, I've had a bit of sun, intermittent sun. I've got the tarp with me. I think I'm going to put it, what I'm going to do is when I get to where I'm going, I want to show you this artwork actually. You know, sometimes graffiti, right? Oh shit, there's a bloody puddle there. That's actually a lot deeper than it looks as well. Bugger. Now I like graffiti as long as it's decent. Not Dave Was Here with Shelley, you know. Now I believe this part here used to be part where they'd feed the cattle. There used to be pipe work coming in, and there's some chains there as well. Probably where they locked them up at night or something. But it used to have like basins in. Possibly where, you know, they had like water coming through. But it's since been all knocked down, and, you know, they reclaimed a lot of the bricks, which is always good. They obviously sold them on, made a bit of a buck from it. Yeah, so I'm going to try and set the tarp up. That is the plan to set. I don't think I've used the tarp at the place I'm going to today. It's that little path that's at the end of the ridge, and you just kind of go left at the end of it, and there's like a little oak tree that I like sitting under, and then you've got the horse field next to it. Sometimes the horse come over. Like I remember cooking, just sat there cooking away, you know, and then I look up and all the flipping horses are there. It's going to be intermittent rain again, so I've brought the tarp. I haven't reproofed it. I haven't washed it. I know it's terrible, but to be honest, it works. You know, it's all right. I do have one to replace it, but I don't want to just bring it out just yet. It's going to be a little while more. Get rid of most of the crap weather, because I think in the last month we've probably had about 2 days where it hasn't actually rained at least once, and that's about it. Which is why all the fields are sodden and all that jazz. I'm going to be going up the Forever Hill, which, as you know, is my favourite hill. Most of my walks tend to go this way because this is like the only open greenery that we've got, really. It's not countryside. I know it looks like it is, but it's not. It's literally some farmers' fields in between two towns. Yeah, minestrone soup. The thing that sparked the idea for this was I had a can of it the other day. I had a can of minestrone soup. And I was like, you know what, that was quite nice, but it just needed a bit of spice and a bit of meat in it. So that's what we're doing. It's nice and simple. And I can't bugger this one up. The chance of failure is minimal. But never zero. Never ever zero. Just out instead of in. Bit like a fart, but better out than in. It's my little saying. I've just started putting at the end of every video. I quite like it. And the little bit of rain we had a few moments ago. It did come down quite a bit, but as you can see, it's flowing off. So quite a bit of rain in a short period of time. It's not biblical, but it certainly contributes to the moisture of the fields. Yeah, I'm going to get up this hill, and once I'm at the top, I'll bring you back unless something cool happens, which probably never will, which is quite a slim chance of that as well. But I'll bring you back when we're up at the top. Do a bit of time-lapse footage going up here, I reckon. So we're at the top. Big thank you to everyone who's bought some tickets for the raffle that I was doing. By the time this is posted, that raffle will be ended. I'll try and get a little reminder in later on. There's about 9 hours left from this point now. A few people have entered, you know, got some tickets sold, so Diabetes UK will be getting 50% of that. And yeah, someone's going to win the Trangia that on this very hill, or pathway now. It's not really a hill at the moment because it's flat at the top, but on this very, let's say, hill is where the assault on the Trangia took place. It was just to highlight the fact that they are really tough. They've just got something about them that, you know, they're just tough. Now, I messaged Trangia and I told them just to give them a bit of feedback. Really, I'm a bit of a fanboy, you know, and they messaged back and had a lovely conversation with somebody about, you know, the issues that I've had with the gas stove, and they asked me whether I was using the Storm stove, the Storm gas burner, which is their own fully in-house made one, or whether I was using the old Primus version. Now, Primus, I think they're a company that have been in outdoor stuff for quite a long time now. It's the first time I've come across them, and I didn't even realise that I had the Primus one. You're right. I wasn't even sure I had the Primus one. So what I've done is I'm going to look into buying the Trangia one in a few months' time. I don't need one just yet. I don't need one at all, actually. But I'd like to have it just to be able to compare the two against each other, side by side. Now, they're going to say that there's different... Oh, something's just... That was either a rat or a stoat. Brown, long and thin. Wonder what that was then. I thought stoats hung around near water. Right, so anyway, I'm not going across the top field today. I just don't fancy my chances in the mud. Not after the rain we've had. Last time I did it, there was still a little bit of grip. Now there's going to be not a lot of grip. Not a lot of grip at all. I'm cooking now. Absolutely cooking. This waterproof's really, really breathable. I thought I was going to need it, but I've only had a couple of sprinkles of rain. Not even enough to put my hood up yet. Heard that skylark further down there as well. I didn't stop to try and get any footage of him. Just love being outside, guys. There's just something about it. It's rugged, it's raw, it's dirty, it's flipping... I don't know what it is. It's just great, all right. So get your bag packed, put a stove in there, start off with just making yourself a cup of coffee in the woods and you'll be hooked, I'm telling you. So shout out to Kentish Wanderer who has recently started a YouTube channel, and he does exactly the same as me. You know, two people, different parts of the country, the same concept, the same idea, using Trangia stuff. And yeah, shout out to him. Go check his channel out. Go show him some love. He's just out there. What did he do the other day? Cooked himself a chorizo stew. Yeah, and I was like, yeah. You know, just watching other people do it as well. I can sit and watch people cook, put tents up, you know, wander around in the outdoors for hours and hours and hours, man. I really can. And I do. When I'm not uploading or recording or busy with the home life, that's what I do. I like to just sit there in the evening, crack a beer, and watch somebody else go outdoors. Because I know what it feels like. And also shout out to log hoppers, because they live outdoors all year round. They're nomadic. They move with the seasons. And yeah, I take my hat off to you. You're going to see the hair, but I take my hat off to you, bro. And you, Tara. Both of you, yeah. Go check them out as well if you're not already. You probably are, but if you're not already subscribed to the Log Hoppers and Kentish Wanderer, go check them out. They've got great outdoor videos. So let's have a bit of a wander down this road. And when we get to a certain point, we're going to be going up into like a grassy field, not far from where the bench is, that I like to sit on Wednesdays. Now there's a house here on the right of me that I've always admired. I'm not going to video it because it's somebody else's property, but it is a tremendous house. It is just absolutely unfathomably beautiful. Let me count the chimneys that's on it. It's got so many chimneys, it's old, old, old. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 chimneys. Whether they're all functional, I'm not sure. I have seen smoke rising out of one of them before, but it is just an absolutely beautiful house. It's huge. Absolutely huge. And the grounds that it's got around it is equally nice as well. Not that I've seen much of it, but, you know, Google Maps and that. They've got a nice bit of, like, what looks like a bit of private woodland. Oop, flipping thing. I did go to fix that the other day, you know. But I needed a smaller Allen key than what I had at the time. Well, I've just been waffling on for about 5 minutes and I hadn't even pressed the play button, which is about right. Today I'm using the billy can. I'm going to be cooking on the T27, so I'm using the smaller billy can. I've got a mix match of things, really. Well, I say that, but I'm using the chopping board from the T25, so it's a bit of this and a bit of that. I've left all the pots at home. We're going to be cooking the pasta of the minestrone in the actual soup. So yeah, should be all right. Let's see about getting a bit closer and then bringing you back when we start struggling getting up the flipping hill. So spotting this, one of these ball throwers, has reminded me that I've, whoops, wrong angle. Reminds me that I've made something to hopefully stop my chair sinking in the ground, getting lower and lower and lower, which is then hurting my knees a little bit. So what I did is I've cut a tennis ball in half and then another tennis ball in half, and I'm going to place it underneath the feet of the chair to kind of stop it sinking into the ground. I did try it when I was out cooking in the churchyard that day, but I only had I only had one tennis ball at the time, so I could only do half the job, and it did work, but then the front was digging in because there was kind of extra pressure because it was only the back that was supported. But yeah, I've got that today. Going to test that out. Simple things, really. It's just a little wedge that's going to hopefully make a big difference. So it gets a bit sloppy in here, but not as bad as the other side. And I'll be coming back down this way as well. And going the opposite way around back home. Got some daffodils coming out over there. There, look. Ta-da! Yeah, it's nice. Slowly seeing things emerge. Spring's on its way. It's the start of a new era of warmth. so to speak. And I'm just looking at that tree and I'm thinking, could I very well put some sort of pallet wood in there and create a surface to be able to be up off the ground and cook up a tree, because that's something that I've wanted to do for a while. What I do is I get ideas, right, and I jot them down on a piece of paper. Oh, unfortunately, that piece of wood, that piece of trunk here would stop that from being pretty damn perfect, because I'd only wedge it in. I wouldn't do anything that's going to like permanently hurt the tree, like jam nails in there or anything like that. That's not what we're about here. We like trees. They're kind of important. But yeah, that could have been good, because it's lowish down, so it's not too high up, which means if you do fall, you haven't got that far to fall. Now, someone said something about hammocks. I can't remember who it was now. He says you only put a hammock as high as you're willing to fall. And I thought, yeah, that's about right, isn't it? There's about as much as you're willing to fall. I love this physical exertion. Like later on, when I get back, I'll start editing, and I'll be sat there and I won't even get through the first part of it sometimes, because what I do, I said before, I edit it, like strip all the stuff out that I don't want, move all the bits that I do want, compose it so it's relatively fathomable, and then I go through it once again, adding all the music bits, the intro and stuff like that, just to make sure that there's no bits that I've missed. I make sure it all kind of gels together, you know, makes a bit of sense and that. Oh, this is sloppy, but you know, I've just peed it down for the whole year so far. It's kind of to be expected, isn't it? Now, I did nearly have enough tennis balls to do this one time that I was out, because I found a tennis ball just on the grass down there, and I thought, bonus, I'm having that. And then I saw this dude with his dog, and I said to him, I said, did you slip up there? And he says, I nearly went, mate. I said, I heard him laughing. So, and he had his dog, and I said, would your dog like a tennis ball? And he said, she would love a tennis ball. I threw it, and the dog was just on it, like whoosh. So yeah, I gave that one up, but it's only a tennis ball, isn't it? It's not the end of the world. I could wait, and I did. And then, out of nowhere, I found one tennis ball that was already sliced in half, so the dog had a really good go at that. And then I found another one. So I sliced that in half earlier on. Not very well, but it's in half-ish. Sort of. Got to go up these steps now, which is part of the old manor gardens, I believe. Now that track down there, which you can see down there, that's where I head when I put the tarp up further down there where the 3 trees are. I've got a fair few spots in this woodland, to be honest. It's forever giving. It's better when the foliage is a bit dense, because at the moment it's all, you know, died back and stuff. They're still green, but it's just, you're more visible, you know, and it does get heavily walked. As you can see, there's footprints and animal prints everywhere. It does get a lot of traffic, but it's like an old scout camping area, this. I don't think it's used anymore by the scouts, but it was owned by them, or I think they had permission to use it. Possibly not owned by them, just had permission. But I've been coming into this woods all my life. As like I say, it's our local little bit of wood. There's loads of different types of trees in here. There's got pines, oaks, you name it. I can't really see any of the leaves on anything, so obviously you got your evergreens like this. Might be a yew tree, not sure. It's not a me tree anyway, but yeah, it's just nice. It's calming, it's peaceful, it's It's quiet-ish, even though we're near a main road. So I was at Wednesday and found a new little spot that I was going to be looking at eventually, and I just bit the bullet, hiked up this really steep incline, and yeah, the rewards were good. I've got a spot that's out of the way that no one's really been to by the look of it. You know, it's underneath the root of a fallen tree, so I'm kind of blocked off visually from the road, and the path runs over the top of that ridge a little bit further back from the bit that I showed. So yeah, nice little spot there. It's just getting in the little nooks and crannies, you know, trying to obviously not go too, I can't go too far because the kids are at home, like, but you know, just finding that little bit of calm in an insane world. It's just priceless. You really can't put a price on it. And all of the pathways really just lead out. You know, one leads in, you can just wander around in the centre bit, or you can go to a bit deeper, and then the paths will lead you out. There's a park just over there as well, which I did want to check the woodland out actually there, see if there's anything feasible. So I might very well do that when in Rome. Just gotta try and get down all this boggy rootage. And that is where we're going to be going if the place over here is not feasible. To be honest, it's absolutely a swamp. Could regret my decision. Yeah, it's a bit swampy, but it'll be all right, I'm sure. As long as I don't go arse over tit, I'll be all right, won't I? Can't be that deep. Nah, it's all right. It's not as deep as my shoe anyway, so that's a win. Let's get around that tree. One-handed. Ooh, shit. I mean sugar. No, I meant shit. Oh. On my other channel, I was explaining to someone how I tend not to swear on it because I like it to stay family friendly. And he was like, "Go on, do a swear." Hi, buddy. All right. It's a bit boggy that way, dude. You got wellies on. You're well prepared. Yeah. And he said, "Go on, do a swear." And I was like, "Are you sure?" He was like, "Yeah, go on." I was like, "If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do a good one, mate." And I did. I dropped a hot one. And his response was just, "Damn." I went all in. F-bombs, C-bombs, you name it. That dude had a white dog. That dog's going to be brown after it's gone through there. It's just an absolute puddle. I think he stopped. I think he's second guessing it. He's thinking, nah, dude's not just walked through that smiling. And I'm like, yeah, I did. So, doesn't look like the horses are. Oh yeah, they are. They are in the field. So they may even come over to us in a bit. They graze as they go, don't they? They wander around, grazing different bits as they go. Let's go a bit higher up because there is no grip there. No grass, no grip. Lovely view. I mean, it's just a neighbouring town, but it's not all that, but it's all right. Picture the horses. And this is where we're going. Along this boggy path. Looks like someone's put a load of wood chip down to try and make it a little bit better. Good on them. Can I fit through? Nope, the bag's a bit too big. I've got to hoist the back up a bit. Yeah, so this is the bit where I want to check out. These little bits of woodland, just to see if there's anything that's remotely out of the way that I can sort of just dart in. It's got to be quite thick though, that's the problem. Dense woodland. Might not be any good during the winter months, but it looks alright, doesn't it? It's got some holly. Holly's always good. Bit of greenery. Also a bit of a windbreak because it's always got its leaves. It does look to be... what's down there like? Is there a bit that drops away? Because, like I say, I need to be not visible. But that's really, really close to the path, unfortunately. You see it just there, look. No, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be the good, unfortunately. So we're going to go back in a sec. I'm just going to wander down here a little, check it all out properly. Because you never know, could have missed a bit. But we're coming to the end of this path now anyway. I mean, there's a nice open space there that you could tie a tarp to between those two trees. A small tree and a bigger tree. Bigger tree. Looks like bluebells coming up. Here. I like bluebells, they smell nice. Got some in my garden actually. I think they were given, the bulbs were given to me one time. And they do really smell nice. Now that just leads back down to the secondary path. Let's walk the secondary path and see whether there's anything in between there. Oh, there's 3 paths. So no, there won't be. There will not be. There will not be. Because the third path is where I was just about to go and have a look. But I can pop down there another day. Me and my mate walked through here quite a bit, using the hill as practice. Yeah, I was a bit gutted as well, actually. I wanted to do this walk, the Ultimate Peaks Challenge walk for Diabetes UK, but they're not a registered charity for the event. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. I might just have to buy the ticket myself to do the event, and then just start up a Just Giving page to them. So it's kind of not, they're not affiliated with the actual event, which is a shame. I have emailed them to ask them whether they'd register to it so that I can just click the button and name them as the charity, but we'll see what they say. I expect it to take about a week to get a response. So here's hoping. And if not, we'll figure out a way to do it. But that's like a 15.5 mile Peak District walk. And a friend of mine, Reg, he's done it before. And he was on his arse, he said. He said it was really difficult. And I can imagine it is. I've ridden in the Peak District a couple of times. And that's difficult enough. Cycling it up and down all the time. But yeah, back we go. Back through the dirt and the slop from whence we came. Bit of rain coming in now. Kind of takes away a bit of the visibility, doesn't it? Hopefully we'll get the tarp set up pretty quick. Stay dry. Now, I'm not sure how much room I'm going to have. I've only ever sat there twice, I think. 2 or 3 times without a tarp. I've been lost my footing. I was too busy looking to see if you could see the rain on the camera. I'm flipping. What a tit. Hopefully, I've remembered everything today. I really hope I have. I think it'll be probably the first time in the history of Walk Cook Walk that I would have actually remembered everything. The water's literally just pooling off this. A bit of a dip. Fancy a dip, Tarquin? A skinny dip. Cannonball it. I don't mind the mud. Like I say, I used to be a mountain biker. Don't do it as much anymore. I haven't done it for a while. Kind of fell out of love with it. And then, you know, I was like, found this and I was like, yeah, this is sort of me now. Like getting my bike out and going for a ride and that, it just doesn't sound like fun. I know that's a bad thing in a way because it's another form of exercise that I could do, but it just doesn't sound like fun anymore. You know? Can we just get around this one? Yeah, styled it. Proper stylish. Going out of style. It'd be great if I got this flipping angle right on this, wouldn't it? It's because I've been faffing around with the thumbstick. Now it's like pissing about. It's like, what you done? You've gone broke the formula. Yeah. So this is weird, right? Because there's like a pathway coming down it, but it goes nowhere. It literally goes nowhere. Loads of bluebells coming up as well. It'd be nice to sit up here when they're all out, all the bluebells. Got lots of them there, look. All coming up. Like I say, this path doesn't actually go anywhere, so it's weird that there's like a walkway to it. Is this the tree? I think it is, you know. It's a bit unrecognisable with everything flattened down. Now, can I go over there and under that? To this tree? Or should I go down there? It's a little bit angled more there, though. And, to be honest, I'm trampling down a lot of bluebells. No, I'm not going to set up here. Simply because where I am going to set up with all my stuff, there's loads of bluebells coming up, and they are endangered. Or protected, or both, who knows. So I'm going to have to find somewhere else, which is a bit of a shame because I really did want to sit there, but to be able to set the tarp up, yeah, I'm not going to do it. So let's try and find somewhere else. Oh, ow, just got a whipper snapped. The woods are fighting back. Get off the bag. Where to go? Where to go and what to do in the rain. What I might end up doing is heading to the 3 trees, I think. I doubt there's going to be anywhere along this path, but I want to see how visible the fallen tree is from the top of the path here. Now I didn't see no one. I heard somebody while I was there on Wednesday, but I didn't see anybody. Nobody peering over the edge or anything like that. But it's kind of hard to sort of trying to remember where it was now as well. Because what I don't want to do, because I've got to try and find an easier way to get to it, because it's extremely steep, and I really don't want to be having to hike up that every single time I want to go to that place, because I Can't see that being much fun, if I'm honest. No, definitely not. Now, was there another bit further down around here that you could get down? There's a bit of a boulder there. Do you know what? I can actually see the fallen tree, but the place where I was sat is actually hidden. Let me show you. I'm not even sure if you could see that properly, but I can see the top of the tree, or the top part of the bit that's fallen over, but visually you can't see me. You can't see where I was. Now I was thinking about like getting a rope and kind of just tying a rope to one of these trees. And even if you walk right to the edge, you still can't see the bit that I was in. See if we can show it you now. So there's all the roots of the fallen tree, and just down here is where I was at. Camera thing doesn't like certain angles, man. Damn thing. Yeah, so it's a cool little spot. It's out of the way. You're not really far away from people, but no one can see you. You just got to try and figure out an easier way down to it. But that's for another day. I'm not going to try and trek up there after all the rain we've just had overnight and this morning. The paths are bad enough as it is. I really don't need to be causing myself any injury or like that. It's not what this is about. Most definitely not. So, what are we doing? What are we doing? I think I'm going to head over to where those 3 trees are. I know I can set a tarp up there. It wasn't where I wanted to cook, but I'd only decided where I was going to cook before coming out. I was talking to my daughter. I was like, I don't actually know where I'm going today. I mean, I know a lot of the areas are reused and stuff, but it is what it is, really, isn't it? It's all I can do, so it beats not going out at all, because I'm lapping everybody else who sat on their arse on the sofa, doom scrolling or flicking shite on the TV, listening to the death news, the doomsday news. I don't watch the news. I used to, but it's all just flipping bad news, man. Good news doesn't sell, you know. Bad news does. Fear mongering. Whoops. Crikey me, nearly lost a boot. Yeah. I'm just going to keep rolling and waffling. Something funny might happen. Might not. Who knows? Yeah, flipping bag's heavy. Considering it's meant to be lighter because I didn't bring most of the things for a stove. All I've actually got today is the billy can and the base and the windshield of the 27, which doesn't get a great deal of use, but I do like it. I like the fact it's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit more packable. Ooh, yep. Ooh, it's a bit boggy here. Very boggy. I might actually dodge the bog and go up on that bit of a path there. Otherwise, it's just going to take me longer to get there. And I'm starting to get hungry. To say the least. Yeah, I'm not going to trek through the boggy bits. I'll go around. I mean, the path here is just as equal as the path here is equally wet and, you know, not without its boggy bits, but that skirts and weaves and, you know, it's a longer way to go. How deep is that? That's not even deep. Saves me getting absolutely shredded up by bramble. Steps. Everybody's enemy. But you know what they say? If you can't do steps, do steps. It's like if you struggle with hills, do hills. It's the only way you make things become that little bit easier. So the other week when me and Reg were out and I failed to cook the sausage rolls outdoors, I'd put a brick in his bag and he didn't even realise. When I passed it him, he was like, "Oh, that's bloody heavy." I was like, "Yeah, it's just it's got a metal frame in it, dude." And I put a massive big brick. The actual brick that was in from the farmhouse that we was exploring earlier on in this video. One of those proper old school bricks, like solid brick. None of these like little cuts into it that, you know, that save brick. It was proper solid house brick. The old school bricks. They don't make bricks like they used to. So we are actually going to be going down the pathway, but I just cut a small portion of it out. It's going to be boggy, but I've got to go somewhere, and I want to be a little bit tucked out of the way, and that place there is tucked out of the way. And what I might do is, while everything's a little bit deaded, and, you know, what's the word, died back and stuff, might possibly go and have a bit of an explore further, see if I can get further down from where I was. But I'm going to drop my bag off at the spot where I plan to do the cooking, and then I'm going to go for a little wander. No one goes down there. It's literally what probably was a path at some point, but trees fallen down, and then, you know, people stop going down there. Simple as that. Sit there waffling for so long, I forget to flip and breathe. I do love a good old waffle. I'm going to buy a waffle maker and do some waffles outdoors. Outdoor waffles. I'll be waffling while making waffles. Hey. Not sure what that was. Tiny little bird, maybe a tit. Snowdrops, looking pretty nice. Not open yet, but they're definitely making their presence known. Oh, nearly skidded then. Feels very, very silent in here today. Obviously, apart from the birds. Can't even hear the main road all that much. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe there's just going to be an influx of cars now. But, you know, when you're near a road, what do you expect? Expect cars. There's a great tit. I love great tits. I have to say, one of my favourite kind of birds. Right, well, here's the spot where I am going to be dropping my bag down, but I'm going to drop it behind this tree over here, so that no one sees it, because I'm going over there and over them logs. Just lob this down, like that, and turn it round so that the camo part, there you go. No one will see that, will they? Perfectly hidden. Right, let's go for a wander yonder. See what I mean by the path? It goes down, but then when this tree came down, it seems to completely end, and it doesn't go any further. It does look like there's animal traffic going down that way. Oh, cool! Look at that. That is so flipping cool. Just a bit of moss. That is all. That's all it took. Is a bit of moss. Right, let's jump over this. Ouch! Just put my hand on a flipping bramble. That wasn't good. This is all very uneven. Very boggy. Squelchy. Literally like sinking in it. It doesn't seem to go anywhere, in all honesty. It looks like there's a couple of trees down, but it kind of blocked off here. There's a fence over there, So if I was going to go anywhere, it'd have to be the other way around. And I could go over this way. Oh. Got to head back the way I've come. Yeah, just a bit of exploring. Because I always just stop there, you see. But I think if I can get further down, it's another spot, isn't it? I'm just trying to see, like, visualize if I can get round it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, that's sort of blocked there. Could possibly get through there. That's blocked there. Let's try and get up there. Fresh nettles coming up. It'll be hard. Oh shit. It'll be difficult to get through here with a bag on though. Let's try and push through here. Make sure none of them are brambles. Oops. Is that a mushroom? I found. There's another one next to it as well. A bit further under there. Oh. There's going to be someone who knows what that is. Well, cool. I actually thought it was litter. So there sort of is a bit of a spot that you could get to. A couple of down trees. You could make an entrance though. Like a bit of a clearing. With some smaller trees. There's not really any ground to stand on properly, I say. Now, I don't really want to start trudging all the way through there. Or do I? Do I want to? I think I should. Ow. That just came off in my hand. It wasn't me. This moss is like extremely bouncy. Yeah, that's about it really. There's just lots of bramble. Oh well, at least I know that there's nothing further down here. I mean, you could clear this area if you wanted a bit more privacy. Oh. Oh, look at them. They're cool. I'll have to find out what these are all called. There's some smaller ones over there. Cool. See, I like mushrooms to look at. I just don't eat them. I just don't like the flavour of them. I don't like the texture of them. I love the look of them. Like when you see them growing and stuff. Especially the ones that are... Oh, there's some more of those red things. It was mushrooms then. Well, cool. Now, off the top of my head, are they called scarlet something? I'm sure I've seen somebody have talk about them on a video. I had to try and figure out where my bag was then. It's so camouflaged. Now we're just going to go back there. We're going to go to the place where I was. In between those three trees. Set tarp up. Get cooking some soup. And of course, crack a beer. As always. But let's get the tarp set up first. Because that's quite important. Oh, his bag weighs a sodding ton. Right then, let's get set up. Stop fanning around, get set up. Yes. Okay, we are set up and ready to rock and roll. The little things that I put underneath my chair are actually working. Now, before I tried using pieces of wood, but all it did was slip out. My hands are filthy already before I've even started. So yeah, put all my, well, most of the ingredients in my billy can. Now, I've brought my favorite knife, or one of my favorite knives. I've got a set of these. I just think cutting with these is so much more flipping easier. I'm going to be doing all the chopping and stuff in this part of the video, and I'm just going to be slapping it all together in the live. So yeah, you get to watch me chop some shit and chat some shit. But first things first, now that we're finally all set up, I'm going to crack a beer. Now, the lovely people at Tiny Rebel sent me a pack of Club Tropica, which is their juicy tropical IPA. It's really, really nice. It's one of my go-to beers. You've seen me drink this before. I just dropped them a message, told them what I was doing, asked them if they wanted to send me any beer, and they did. So, yeah, some free beer. Not paid promotion. I'm drinking them because I bloody well like them. And you've seen me drink them here before anyway, so... I do recommend this. If you're just getting into craft beers, Tiny Rebel are a fantastic starter. They make some incredible beers. Like, incredible. Oh, this is going to be so damn nice. I was drinking some homemade mead last night, some chili mead that I'd made. Oh, that was flipping amazing. And I'm hoping in a few weeks, I'll be able to start bringing some homebrew back out with me. We've got a little trash pile over here, which we are going to take with us because we don't leave any mess behind. Oh, it's so flipping nice. Oh. Okie dokie. So we've got 2 burners because one is none. We've got extra fuel just in case. I did toy with the idea of bringing the gas out, but it's unpredictable as to what it's going to do. I'm not sure I'm an actual fan of it. Now, it works. It'll probably be okay in the summer. If I had no other alternative, I'd use it. But I do have an alternative. I've got the gel fuel, which is not really fuel, I don't think. I think it's a fire lighter. It's probably not ideal to use. Oh, look. Got a peg. Where I pegged it on the washing line. I thought I'd lost one. Oh well. Wonder what we could use that for. Could be handy. Who knows? Who bloody knows? Anywho, let's get some things chopped. I'll take it all out of the pan. I'm going to run you through what it is we're doing as and when we're doing it. But for now, I've got some celery, some garlic, some carrots, an onion, and some leftover cabbage that's, not looking too good. So that's going to get chopped up and used as well. Like I say, I'm following Jamie Oliver's recipe, but I'm just changing a couple of bits. And he even said in the video that, it's one of those things where you can put whatever you've got in it. He used loads of leftover pasta. I'm using macaroni because I thought it's going to hold together better in the soup. So yeah, you can use anything. Use whatever you've got. Right, so I did bring the large chopping board for this exact reason. Let's do the cabbage first, shall we? I'm just trying to think. you put your cabbage in at the same time? I'm not sure, but what I will do is peel these first layers off because they are a bit rubbery. They can go in the trash pile. Yeah, I know what I'm doing with this knife. I don't know why, I just like it. Get those little bits off and go again. Now, if you're thinking about starting a little YouTube channel and doing this, I highly, highly recommend it. Anyone can do it. You've just got to have that get up and go. Like, obviously, it was raining when I was leaving. Most people would be like, nah, I'm not going out in that. But you just got to go out. You got to do it. The rain won't hurt you. It will set you free. Now, some of these bits are deeper down in the root. That centerpiece there, I'm not going to be eating because it's just a bit gnarly and a bit tough. But I think we'll get away with most of that there. And we're just going to chop this down roughly. It don't need to be too finely chopped. I want it to have a bit of girth. Yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Now, I am wondering whether the cabbage goes in straight away. I think it does, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, we're going in straight away with it. And that's how it's going to be. If we chop those tough bits up, it just gives them a bit more of a chance to cook, doesn't it? No, they're not going in the pan first. Actually, I tell a lie. Where's my bowl? Bowl dish thing. There it is. Thought I'd forgot it. Even though I knew I'd seen it because I took it out of my flipping bag a second ago. Get all that in there. We'll pop that down there. In fact, we'll pop that on there. Onion. Undress your onion. I always peel the first layer off because it's just shit. Yeah, go do this. If you want to go do this, if you think this sounds like fun, go do it. You will be amazed how much fun it actually is. It's invigorating, it's reviving, it's just great. Now, I don't suffer with any mental health issues at all, but if you do, this is a great way of getting rid of that. When I leave the woods, I feel refreshed. I feel happy, you know. Nothing matters while you're here, and you're occupied as well. You're doing something, so your mind's not wandering. You're not worrying about this. You're not thinking about that. Now, I'm not even saying you have to record it. You know, you don't have to record it. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to record anything. You could just go into the woods, cook yourself some grub, and enjoy yourself, you know. Doesn't even need to be recorded. Don't even need a YouTube channel. Anyone can do this. It's free of charge. There is no law saying you cannot go and cook in the woods. Now, they might have something to say about the fire, but it's contained. So it's no different to somebody on the Yorkshire moors getting their burner out, you know, a walker or a hiker, getting their gas stove out, you know, like a jet boil, and cooking or making a cup of coffee. There's no difference. You know, it's exactly the same kind of thing. Oh, so good. Yeah, it was very nice of them to say they'd send me some beers. Obviously, I did ask if they wanted to. I said, "Do you want to send me some freebies? And I'll give you a shout out and drink them in the woods." And that is what I've done. Everyone wins. I get some tasty beers. they get a shout out, and you get some inside knowledge on some nice beers. Did I take the end of that off? Where have I put it? What's that look? Roughly chop your garlic. You know, we're not fannying around, we're just chopping it up. If you keep the stalk bit on at the end, it kind of helps it from falling apart. Make sure it's all proper chopped. Yep, and not in clumps. I'm using 2. You can use as many as you want. I think Jamie used 1. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. We're going to top and tail these. Well, to be fair, we'll just top them. Yeah, we'll top and tail because these are a bit past it, to say the least. Chop up the carrot into some nice rounds. See what I mean by this knife? It's just easier than the one that I used to strike with. And I think I probably should use a different knife for striking and doing all sorts of things with, to the one that I'm going to be, using to cook with, or using as a utensil whilst cooking. I'm going to chop that in half because it's a bit big, and same with that and that. Let's go that one in thirds. Might cut that bit. I mean, I don't mind the carrots being a bit crunchy. In all honesty, I am not bothered. Not really a fussy eater. I won't eat sweet corn and I won't eat mushrooms, but anything else, tofu. I tried tofu once. I don't even know what that shit is. It was horrible. Yeah. But, I tried it, and if you haven't tried it, you can't have an opinion on it, can you? So to speak. Do I need the other carrot? Have we got enough carrot? I think the ratio's working here, isn't it? So I might not need all the celery as well. Might not. Let's have a look. See what it looks like when it's chopped. Yeah, I think that looks all right. Yeah, I don't think we need it. Sometimes less is more, isn't it? Right. So, that's that prepped. Now, we're going to switch over to the live, and we're going to get this going. First of all, I'm going to heat the chorizo. Chorizo, whatever. Then I'm going to fry all this off. Get it nice and cooked, or sort of half cooked, you can call it. And then we're going to start adding all the other bits and bobs to it, and build it up into a lovely soup, hopefully. Whack in the macaroni, which is going to help thicken it because it's going to draw a lot of the moisture out of it. And with a bit of luck, we'll have ourselves some lovely minestrone soup. Now, at the moment, I do have an obsession with chipotle. I know, I'm sorry, but I'm sure I'll find another spice soon that's going to become the latest obsession, but I just love the smokiness of it. Just love it. Cannot get enough of it. I've been putting it in everything. Absolutely everything. But yeah, we're going to move over to the live now. So if you have watched so far, thank you very much. There will be sped up footage of the whole procedure on this video, and I'll be back once it's cooked and I am scoffing. So let's set up the live. So here we are. This is what I've created, my minestrone soup. It is absolutely gorgeous, guys. As you can see, I've taken the top down. It says we're not going to get any more rain. If we do, then it's going to be minimal. I just wanted to feel a little bit more in the woods instead of, you know, undercover. The chorizo has really brought a lot of flavour to this. The larger pieces of carrot, not really cooked all the way through. But it's still bloody gorgeous. It's good to see the usual faces on the live. It was a bit of a slow one because of how long it takes when you simmer him. But yeah, it's rough with a smooth. That's how it goes, isn't it? Just enjoying being outside. There's a certain magic to it. Yeah, I didn't go to the place where I thought I was going to go, but there's loads of bluebells coming up. So I'm not about to start trampling down a load of bluebells. Or trampling down anything, really. I mean, brambles are okay. They'll grow back regardless. There's no getting rid of brambles. Pucker. Birds are tweeting away. The sun's trying to break through the cloud. You can't put a price on this. You really can't. So shout out to Veteran Wild Camping, who jumped on the live and gave me a really good idea for a video. He literally hand delivered the idea that he had. It wasn't my idea. He literally gave me his idea of what I could do for a video. He said, get a load of tins, take all the labels off, label them up 1 to 10, whatever, or 1 to 5, and then cook whatever people choose. That's a really good idea. How I would get the information from people, though, as to what number they want, I'm not sure. Probably the comment section would be best. Do it for a short. Make a really short video. And be like, yeah. So thank you very much, Veteran Wild Camping. for the idea. If you want to see it done, I'll bloody do it. Now I've got a list at home of all the things that I want to try. Every time I get an idea, I write it down. There's so many things I want to try. Some that might be tricky. Some that could potentially fail. Now, I'm not scared of failure. The only thing that bothers me, if I fail in a video, is the content for you guys isn't all that amazing. But it's real. You know what I mean? It's not manicured. It's real. It's rugged. It's raw. And that's why I do it live. So if anything goes wrong, you can see what went wrong. This is flipping awesome. Kids are going to love this. I was going to do a more spag bowl, but I think they'd sooner have this. You know, when I said earlier on, I could do with some potatoes in. I'm not sure whether I said that on the live or whether I said it on this part where I've been recording now. I think it was on the live. I don't actually think you need potatoes in it. I had a reasonably good helping. There's probably another 2 helpings of it there. And it's quite filling. Oh, guys. I forgot the croutons. The specially made, homemade croutons. And I forgot. Absolute tit. They cause me a lot of bother because they're borderline burnt, and I threw them all over the flipping place trying to put them away, put them in a tub. I've already taken a shot as well. I'm not about to redo it. Bloody bastard. But there you go. That's life, innit? Imperfect. Here's your lesson on how to make croutons. If you've got an air fryer, that is. Lots of olive oil, mixed herbs, garlic, salt, pepper, garlic granules, salt, pepper. Mix it all up so that it's all evenly coated with the oil and that. Whack it in the air fryer at around 250 degrees for about 7 minutes. And look at them. That's what you get. Now these were borderline burnt. But they're so bloody good. Genuinely can't believe I forgot them. They were supposed to be the... Oh well, I've got them now. That's what matters. The things that I put under the chair, the half tennis balls, it works. Stops the chair from sinking, which is great. I mean, it has pushed them into the ground, but because they've got a larger surface area, it stops it from pushing them all the way down, which is great. When you get a chorizo bit as well, magic. The beans are just cooked through and through. Not even lying, that was flipping amazing. It probably could have had a bit more spice, but I had a limited amount of chipotle flakes. You know what? I've not seen a soul in these woods today. Normally you do see a few people milling about. I saw one bloke as I was coming out the bottom part of it, exploring the woods further beyond, which turned out to be a dud because there's just too many paths in between. Now, I did explore that way. It could very well work. I could make it work around there. It'd be a lot less visible, but I'd have to cut some things back to be able to get into it easier, because I'm not going to get in there with a massive rucksack. No, I'll just be taking things out all the time. Anyway, thank you very much for everyone who watched. Thank you for everyone who joined the live. Hello to all new subscribers. You are most welcome. I hope you enjoy watching some ginger twat cook food outside. And I hope it inspires you to go do the same. Like I say, you don't need to start a channel. You don't need to record it. Just go do it. Go cook a bacon sandwich in the woods. That's a good starter. Bacon sandwich. The first one I started with was a tagliatelle carbonara. Or was it a spaghetti carbonara? I can't remember. But it was a carbonara. And I've probably said it before, but the reason why I chose Trangia is because there was a chap that I went cycle camping with once. He just whipped out this Trangia stove and he cooked a spaghetti carbonara. And I was just amazed. I was like, wow. Got one dude who's got a stick stove. He was cooking something like beans or something simple. This dude was there like, I had all these little pots and like, he had this in there and this in, kind of like me with all these little tubs and stuff like that. And I can't remember his name, but it was just amazing. And I was just absolutely blown away by it. You see, when we were doing the camping, I didn't bring anything with me. I think I brought a tin of beans with me, which I ate cold because I didn't have anything to cook it with. I could have asked them, but I'm quite a proud person. I won't ask for help. Nah, not unless I 100% need it. Not unless I 110% need it. I like to figure things out for myself. I like to go through the hardship of things. Life is not peachy. Life's tough, you know? Sometimes you just got to slow down a little bit and go and enjoy the woods. And anyway, again, thank you very much for watching. I'm tempted to have another portion, but I'm not going to. I'll have some later because I don't know how many of them are going to want that. Could probably stretch 3 portions out of that. It does quite a bit. 3 at a stretch, 2 hearty, 3 at a stretch. If we're rationing it, which we might be because that was delicious. Right, I'm off, skis. I'm going to pack away. In fact, I'm going to sit and I'm going to finish my beer. And then I'm going to start packing away. I'm going to enjoy the woods for a bit. Like I say, I don't have anywhere to be. It's 5 o'clock now. Just get dinner on when I get home, won't I? Peace and adios. Right, so there is no pack up video because apparently I switched it off at some point and never switched it back on. But anywho, we've tidied up, everything's packed away, we've taken all the mess, we've left absolutely no trace that we was here apart from a bit of trampled down ground and some footprints. So I'll say sayonara, adios once again, and I'm heading that way. Catch the track on that little grass place and walk the opposite way home, the little bit further. Currently, it says I've done 2.8 miles. By the time I get home, it's probably going to be 5 miles, hopefully. But yeah, we've left no trace, as always, just being respectful and not being a dick. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.